Blowing out your own hair. I don't understand these stylists that be expecting clients to come in with their hair already shampooed, their hair already blown out. Like, I'm a professional hairstylist. I'm a cosmetologist, have been for 13 years now. I can't even blow out my own hair good. Okay, so here's the thing. I woke up this morning and the mental warfare was mentally warfaring. I actually went to bed like this, okay? And I did my journaling, I did my praying, we did a lot of talking to God, and I just said, hey, I'm gonna need for you to lift this. Like, get me up out of this because I don't know what's going on. Like, this is, I'm tired, Lord, I'm tired. Woke up this morning and we were still very much so in it. I had plans to do this. Okay, like, get ready with me while I will get ready for me to go get my hair cut. So I woke up this morning, I washed my hair, I blew my hair out. I'll put a little like clip of it here. When I fully dry my hair, it's just a reminder as to why I cut my hair off, because who has time? Who has time? Who has time? But because I was just not in a good headspace, I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any of that. But I went and got my hair cut, and I had it blown out and cut this go round because the ends were just hellacious, absolutely hellacious, and it feels so much better. I haven't been liking the way that my hair has looked for quite some time now, and I realized it was because there was no shape. I haven't had like a good like get the bad ends off, so you can tell, like, even with it just being in its, blown out status right now, that yeah, the shape is shaping. And let me tell you something, blowing out your own hair, I don't understand these stylists that be expecting clients to come in with their hair already shampooed, their hair already blown out. Like, I'm a professional hairstylist. I'm a cosmetologist, have been for 13 years now. I can't even blow out my own hair good. So why would I think someone who's not trained and styled? Anywho, my hair is the type of hair that just doesn't like to stay straight, which is why I don't ever blow my hair out. I know some people are like, oh, well, you could do this, you could do that. I don't have time and I don't care enough. I'm the type of girly who is like, let me just work with what the good Lord gave me. Nothing wrong with switching it up, blowing it out, getting extensions, sew-ins, weaves, braids, do whatever you want. But for me in my house, I'm like, let's just wear it natural. I like my hair short. Like, do you see why I like this is just a lot to be doing? And when I blew it out this morning and I saw the length and all things, I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not cut out for that. But anywho, I said all that to say now I'm just going to wet my hair and style it, and we're going to get on with the rest of the day. All right, so realistically, I should just probably hop in the shower and wet my hair again, but I don't feel like doing that. I already washed it this morning, so I clarified it and conditioned it, and I used that Weed Dog conditioner that I got, if you saw in my last video, and it was fantastic. I'll make sure to tag everything, not tag, but link everything that I used down below. There's just water in here, nothing else. I'm not using anything else in it. I'm not gonna, like, sometimes I would mix some stuff in it, but I find that whenever you mix anything else in your water bottle, it gets clogged, because I've gone through 2 of them this year, and my favorite one, which was my pattern one, I'm like, why is my bottle messed up? And I thought about it. It's like, oh, because sometimes like I'll put a little mousse in it, and it makes sense. Like, it's just too thick to get through that fine spigot. Oh yeah. Other thing too about when you are natural and you just, stretch or blow your hair out to trim it. Well, first of all, it's important to go to someone who understands how to cut natural hair, especially when it's short natural hair, because of the shape. Typically I just get my hair cut in its natural state. However, because that's what I had been doing for always and forever, that's why my ends looked so bad. So I understand that, hey, obviously it's going to shrink up when I wet it again. However, I don't care, but because she cut it in a shape, it's gonna look just like that. Only difference is it's gonna be a little bit shorter, which I don't care about because we were in desperate need. And then as far as mousse, I don't know what mousse I want to use today. I think I'm just going to use my good old Paul Mitchell. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my Paul Mitchell. The thing with natural hair is you have to learn your hair. And this is something that I would always tell clients in salon. What would happen a lot of the times is people will, you know, look at someone who is maybe their hair crush. They admire their hair. And so they think, oh, well, if that person is using that product, then my hair is going to look like that. Nope, not how it goes. But then also it can be tricky too, because even though someone sometimes can have the illusion of their hair looking similar to yours, it doesn't mean that your hair is going to accept that same product in the same way. So let's say, like, if you're looking at my hair, right? If your hair looks similar to mine, like, oh, okay, great. I have really, really tight coils like hers. Let me use what she's using. But my hair is just medium porosity. And so if your hair is maybe low porosity, the stuff that I use probably isn't going to work for your hair, just simply because, you know, your hair is a different porosity. So all those fun little things you got to think about when you are testing out products for your hair. I have never been someone to play, you know, at home cosmetics chemist. A lot of people, you know, like, oh, I make my own, and that's all well and good. But here's what I have to say to that. Just because you see in a product that maybe it has, I don't know, jojoba oil in it. No. Let me, like avocado, okay? They're like, oh, well, it's better. It's organic. I understand, but here's the thing. When the cosmetics chemists are like we have cosmetics chemists and we have formulators for a reason. And so how do you know that maybe what you're using is too potent? It might be too much for your particular hair, right? There's no regulations, like you don't know. So I just always tell my clients, like, girl, eat your groceries and just buy products that are good quality. And most importantly, pay attention to what your hair likes and not what you want your hair to like. And, you know, for the natural girlies who, you know, struggle because, you know, their hair's tight and they're like, oh, I want hang time. That might not be your portion. Here's the thing. The length of your hair, first of all, I preach this all the time, does not determine how beautiful you are, okay? I am someone who I understand that my hair likes to go up and out. And I'm like, all right, that just means that the Lord wants me to be closer to him. So my hair goes up and out. I have accepted it. It is what it is. I am not someone that is going to stress myself out trying to make my hair do something that it just simply do not want to do. And that's that on that. So notice how I am parting my hair in sections and I am pulling the product from roots to ends. And that is key. I would always tell my clients, you know, if you want your hair to look good, you got to take the steps. But if you're lazy or you don't feel like it, that's fine, because sometimes we are in a rush, but you don't get to complain about your hair not looking the way that you want it to look because you, my friend, didn't take the steps that you need to take. And of course, like hair soaking wet, as you can see, my hair is soaking wet, is always the best way to apply product. I always apply my product when I'm in the shower. So, because, you know, obviously I got all this going on, but still feel like up in here, it's still a little, it's still just a little ragged. Yes, I just did that. I know what I'm doing. You don't do that. Yeah, that's better. Like the top of my hair is where like it gets the most manipulation. So that part tends to, you know, gets the most wear and tear, unfortunately. Got that in. Now, use my Weed Gel, the Advanced Climate Control Weed Gel, because if you're someone like me who you just really need a lot of slip to get through your hair, You will love it. I like using mousses because I like volume. I like volume, and my hair does well with it. My hair doesn't do well with creams and heavy butters, or my hair, honestly, it just looks like a dense used up sponge anytime I've tried it. So I'm like, okay, I have accepted my hair doesn't like that. Got it. And I'm also someone, like, I don't do twist outs or anything. That's the most common question I get about my hair is, how do you get it to curl like that? Just like this. Just pulling the product through, and this is what it naturally does on its own. Because I know I might not look like it, but I am a low maintenance girl. I don't like a lot of fuss. And I think it's just simply because when you're a beauty professional, you know, you spend so much time on everyone else. So for myself, I'm always like, all right, let's just keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. Work. And then I always put a clip in the front of my head while it's to set it in place. And also so that way it's not like falling on my forehead either. Oh, so much better. And I'm just gonna take whatever is left. We're gonna lay that down like that. And we're good to go. And I'm just gonna hit it with the diffuser a little bit, just so that way it's not like soaking wet and dripping all over my face. Oh yeah, see my curls are happy again. The curls are happy. Okay. But I am gonna let it air dry, because that's my preference. Oh, yes, yes. See, I feel so much. There's something about getting your hair done. Let me tell you something. Just as long as my hair is cut and I got my brows filled in, I can do anything. I can take over the world. But when my hair look crazy, when we don't have a good shape and my brows aren't filled in, I'm walking around looking like a naked mole rat. We're not well. We're just not well. We're struggling, all right? Okay. It is a couple of days later. Shameless plug, rocking my new Biblical Bodybuilder t-shirt. If you don't know, I started a community called the Biblical Bodybuilder, building strong minds for the body of Christ. If you're a fitness girly, if you're a bodybuilder and you love the Lord, faith and fitness, that's our connection point. However, the main focus is Jesus, and the limited edition shirt right now is the gift of grace, because the greatest gift that we've ever been given is salvation. All right, so it's a couple of days later. I just restyled my hair because I've been testing out some products for the past couple of days, but we'll talk about that on a whole nother video. Let's go through my personal hair care stash, because I need to organize, because I need to get rid of things. Keep in mind, this is my personal stash, so these aren't things that I use on my clients. I am a professional hairstylist, so therefore I do try things to see, okay, will this be good to recommend to clients? I try things for y'all, I try things for myself, and then just my own personal things that I know work for my hair. So I said all that to say there's gonna be a lot of things y'all don't need, all right? A lot of things you do not need. So I'm gonna get the items out of my shower first. We'll start there because those are the holy grails. One moment. Okay. Caesar. So y'all know I always keep it a buck. I'm gonna give you my professional opinion. If it's good, if it ain't good, who's it potentially for, all that jazz. So we'll start with shampoos first, okay? So I have two shampoos that I use. They are both by The Dew. This one is Breakdown Clarifying Shampoo. I am someone who shampoos my hair once a week no matter what. Now, with the weather being a little bit colder, it's crispier. Y'all, I hate being cold. I want to move somewhere where it's a warm climate. I need sunshine. I do not do well when it's cold out. I hate that about me, but that's just the way I'm designed. But when it is summertime, when I am in prep for a competition, if you don't know, I'm also a professional bodybuilder, high cardio, I'm sweaty girl, I sweat in my hair. I do tend to use this once a week, more so over the summertime, just because there's more going on. However, who's that? Oh, it's an athlete letting me know she's booking for her glam next week because there's a competition. However, this right here, the Sucker Free, I love this one because it's still going to cleanse the hair, but it's going to moisturize it at the same time. Whereas this is for a deep, deep detox, get everything off the hair. It's not going to strip your hair, okay? A lot of people, we're going into 2026, so I pray that people are shampooing their hair. I pray that people are shampooing their hair. I pray that people aren't afraid of shampoo. If you are using the wrong shampoo for your hair, that's where there's issues, but girl, wash your hair, okay? So this one is gonna be more so now, probably like a once a month, and then Sucker Free 3 times a month, because I wash my hair once a week. Now here's the thing, I am the kind of girly where if my hair just feels gross, or if my, you know, my intensity and my training's a little bit higher, or if I'm doing more high intense cardio, I will shampoo my hair twice with no problems, and I won't feel bad about it. My hair's fine. My hair does well with water. Moisture is the game. This is what the hair is looking like. I did restyle it. I did not, it's not dry yet though, but this is what my hair is looking like, and it is short. It is shorter than what I had wanted. However, I had to get all the nasty off, so therefore it can look the way I want it to when it's time for me to compete next year. So those are my shampoos. Conditioner, don't laugh. This is the best conditioner in the world, okay? This is the Pattern Beauty. As you can see, I have cut it. I cut it open. This is the Pattern Beauty Heavy Conditioner, a dream. I would love to work with Pattern Beauty. I stand for Tracee Ellis Ross, her brand, how she runs it, the quality of the products. Lord, can we make that happen? Can we make that happen? I'm gonna put it out there. Lord, I would like to work with Pattern Beauty one day. Anywho, I've been using this conditioner for, how long have I lived in this house? For 4 years. I love it. I have not used a conditioner that makes my hair feel this soft. My hair, I have very, very tight, coily hair. My hair isn't coarse, it's very soft, it's medium density, it's medium porosity, it's just everything right in the middle, so therefore my hair can handle this. I will say if your hair isn't tight, or if maybe your hair, if you don't have thick hair, meaning not the diameter of the actual hair strand itself, because that can be confusing. Like when I say, I hate using thin hair, but if you don't have a lot of hair on your head per square footage, this might be too much for your hair. So it's for the tight, coily girls. It's for if you have coarse hair. Either one of those, you're gonna love it. My hair isn't coarse. My hair is super, tight, and I need a lot of conditioner to just really work in and get through it. So I love this. The other conditioner that I'm currently using right now, because I didn't want to pay $30, I wanted to utilize my professional discount at the professional beauty supply stores. This is Weedod. This conditioner is the Moisture Lock Conditioner, curl quenching. Been using it for years, using it in salon on clients. I love it. It's nice. Again, nothing is as amazing as this. I don't know what is in this, but nothing is as good as this. This, second place, she's Gucci. Another conditioner, oh, okay. I am almost out of it. So over the summer, I started testing out Amika styling products on my clients, and I like it. This moisturizing hair mask, meh, wasn't really a fan for my hair. I just don't really feel like it did anything. I just bought it on a whim because I was talking to an Amika rep when I was working at Sephora, and it's alright. I am almost out of it though. So, and then coming in next, there's like nothing in here. This is the Weedod Cleansing Conditioner. So this is the co-wash conditioner. So remember how I said I wash my hair once a week with shampoo, midweek, because like I said, I am a professional athlete. I do train, I sweat. I am gonna rinse my hair, but I'll use my co-wash. This co-wash I have been using for, well, probably 10 years at this point. Love this midweek because again, I'm a wash and go girly. All right, I'm a wash and go girly. I have short hair. I sweat in my head, so therefore I find that if I do not at least rinse my hair out, then my scalp feels gross. It feels itchy. I don't like that. I'm not someone that has any scalp issues though. So I don't have dry scalp. I don't have flaky scalp. I don't have any of that, but the sweat buildup, can't do it. So I will rinse my hair out midweek, and I will do it with the Weedon co-washing conditioner. Co-washing does not classify as shampooing. We're not cleaning anything, okay? And the thing is, it's marketed as a cleansing conditioner, which, yes, it's going to help rinse some stuff off. However, this does not count as a deep cleansing conditioner, especially if you're styling products like me, you're a wash and go girly. You want to get all of that buildup off of your hair, right? And then I have 2 other additional products. This here, absolutely love. Love, love, love. This is the Weedon Curl Therapy Lightweight Protein Foaming Treatment. Use this in salon on clients. Use this on myself once a week. I like this one because it is lightweight. So all protein treatments, girl, they're not treated equally, okay? They're not. If you are already someone who does have strong hair and you're utilizing a protein treatment, like what's like the AFOG, do y'all remember that one? Do you remember that one? You put it on your hair after you shampooed and you let it sit and it gets hard. Yeah, it's quite aggressive and it smells horrendous. However, that is a stronger one. So if you already have fairly healthy hair and then you're using a strong protein treatment, what can happen is it can make your hair hard, make your hair snap. Now your hair is breaking off. I like this one because it's lightweight. Because it's lightweight, I can use it every single week, which I think is perfect for natural hair girlies, curly hair, coily, because just the scientific structure of curly hair, like think about it, y'all. Our hair, especially if your hair is tight like mine, it's all weaved in like that, right? And so it just makes it more prone to breakage. That's just the scientific structure of it. So keeping it nice and strong, your strands with the protein treatment that's lightweight, fantastic. I love this stuff. And then this is actually my husband's, but I have used it. This is Briogeo, and it is a scalp revival charcoal coconut oil scrub, a scalp exfoliator. If you do have dry scalp, you got scalp complications, whatever the case may be, please exfoliate your scalp. This is something that I swear by when I was in salon with my clients as well. Exfoliate the scalp. It's good for stimulation. It's good for getting the buildup off. Exfoliate it. Like, we got to do better with scalp health. And this is something that I'm personally working on with myself because I believe how many times can I say because? I believe since I don't have scalp issues, I neglected it. Didn't really think much of it. But now, as I'm educating myself, product knowledge, just classes to maintain my license, which if you're a licensed professional cosmetologist, it doesn't matter if you're in salon, you're freelancing, like always stay up to par with your classes because knowledge is power. But I'm realizing, okay, I need to take my scalp health a little bit more seriously. Just because I don't have those issues still doesn't mean that I can't benefit from a good scalp exfoliation. So I bought this from Murillo, but I'll be using it too because he got the driest scalp in the world. So if you were interested in how I take care and treat my clients with dry scalp, let me know. Let me know. And then this is a new product here. This brush I got, it's by Olivia Garden, which I've used a lot of her round brushes before, but this one particular, right? This is a blue one. They had a pink one. And if I remember correctly, the pink one was marketed for curl typing with like starting in the 2 to 3A, which if you've been rocking with me for a long time, you know I hate the curl typing system because all it does is give you an illusion of what someone's hair looks like. It does not mean because this person's hair looks like 4C and they're using this, that means because my hair looks like theirs and I have 4C, it's gonna work. No. The porosity of your hair, the density of your hair, the elasticity of your hair, is your hair color treated? Like, there's a lot of things that go into what's going to work best for your hair, your climate, because if you're in Florida, you're probably going to want to use a little bit more humectants, but if you use too many humectants, it's going to draw more moisture to your hair, then it's just going to be more frizzy. It's a whole science. And it's so funny because when I first got on YouTube and when I was doing all the natural hair care things, and I would say things and people would get mad because the stuff that I would say just went against the grain from what we were taught. And so that's why I just shut up with natural hair care videos, because especially if you're your own people, like my black girls come to the front. If you're not black, it's fine. You can still be here. You know, you can just listen, you know, but sometimes I believe because we were grown up a particular way culturally, because that's what our great grandmoms did. That's what our grandmothers did. Our mothers, we think that, oh, well, that's the only way. Blue Magic hair grease don't have no business on nobody's scalp. Okay? Blue Magic hair grease. Clogging the pores. Cannot breathe. Shine does not equal hydration. One more time, because we equate shine with hydration. Shine is shine, just means reflect. Hydrate and shine, that like, they're not the same thing. Anywho, I said all that to say is because I was saying a lot of these things like, hey girl, wash your hair. And people thought I was insane. Like, hey girl, like, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't be putting coconut oil on your hair. Anywho, they have another brush if your hair is a little bit looser, and that one has more give. But this one, like, she's sturdy, and I used it 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago, I don't remember, but I used it when I was washing my hair to comb my conditioner through, and she got through good. It wasn't a fight, and it feels good on the scalp as well. So, especially if you do have longer hair, obviously I'm a short hair girly all day long. No matter what. My hair obviously is, like, y'all know, shrinkage is like, shrinkage is real, right? Yeah. But if you have longer hair, it's going to help you a ton. If you have tight hair, it's going to be excellent for you. Okay, so those are all my in-shower products. How long is this? 14 minutes. To God be the glory. Okay. Let's move on. We're going to move on to my products that are on my counter here. So this is my body care, skin care, and hair care situation. So I'm going to pull all of my hair care items out of here. And I've got some new things I've been testing out as well. All right, so this is the Power Hour Curl Refreshing Spray. I got this over the summertime because I do like to just give my hair a little spray in the morning to refresh it, just to get the curls. Why was I going to say stimulated? That is not the word that I wanted. What's the word that I wanted to say? Revive, encourage them again. Because here's the thing, and I think all of my TWA girlies, right? Short hair, natural coily girls. What you got to understand, sis, is that when your hair is short and you lay down, it's going to be smushed up against your head, okay? So when you wake up, you gotta revive her again. There's no shortcuts. There's no workarounds unless you want to sit up sleeping in a recliner, which I do not recommend because you need your sleep. So 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to refresh it, which is why I tend to like products. I'm not going to hold you, that give me a little bit more of a stiff hold, because when it's a stiff hold, it's just easier for me to revive. I know some girls don't like the hard hold gel, and my thought is, well, why are you touching your hair anyway? The more you touch it, it gets frizzy. But anywho, I'll use this to revive my hair in the morning. Like if it's all smushed up against my head, I'll get my spray bottle, give my hair a little spray with some water, put a little bit of this in, encourage the curls, and we can go out the door, all right? So I've been loving this. However, a new product that I got. So this one is the Power Hour Curl Refreshing Spray, and it's by Amika. Amika's products smell amazing. Everything. Even this little conditioner I don't like that, amazing. Styling products, amazing. Leave-in conditioners, amazing. But I got this, the Hydro Rush, and it's Intense Moisture Leave-In Conditioner. So I am not a leave-in conditioner girly, right? My hair tends to not like it. So now as I am relearning my hair again, because I noticed when I got it cut, with blowing it out and cutting it, I got all the nasty off, and my hair feels different. It doesn't feel bad, it just feels different from what I'm used to. And so I'm thinking to myself, okay, in the name of having better scalp health, with it being colder out, I want to just make sure my hair is more hydrated. So that's why I got this Hydro Rush, and it's an intense moisture leave-in conditioner, and I like it. I like it. When I rinsed out my hair earlier before I started filming, I sprayed this in first and worked it all in. And I can honestly say this week my hair has felt really good. So it's just a matter of me playing with new products, which is also fun and exploring because if you know me, I don't play with a lot of new products for my hair. Like I stick to the same things, but you know, as we progress in life, our hair changes, which is weird because I don't have any gray hair. So when I was feeling my hair, I was trying to figure out why it feels different, but I'm like, okay, well, you just turned 37 years old. So, you know, you're progressing. You're almost a real adult. You're not a real adult until you're 40. I don't care what anyone says. At 40, you've been through some things, you know stuff, you know what not to do. Anywho, loving this, highly recommend. And another new thing that I got, I've used this on clients before, but I have not used it on myself, again, in the name of keeping my hair hydrated. So I never had issues with moisturizing and hydrating my hair in the past, but what I realized was, first of all, I went far too long without getting a haircut, which was why my hair was feeling crazy like that. But then also what I know as well is I find that I know that as I grow my hair out longer, I do need to pay attention to the moisture just simply because moisture retention, that stops breaking. So I got this, and this is the Hydrofusion Intense Curl Cream. Now, I played around with it. Where I went wrong, well, it's not that I went wrong, and I need to say that they don't work for my hair. I don't like the way that my hair looks with them because I'm someone like, I like very defined. I like my coils to look very defined. And so what I did was I used this and I put this on top with some gel and my hair just looked like a frizzy fur ball mess. I did not like that. So I believe that I can use this. I'm just going to have to figure out where to plug it in, and they're both intense moisture, so therefore I also don't need to be using both of them at the same time. Now, it's just a matter of which one do I like best for my hair? Do I like this one best for my hair, or do I like this one best for my hair? I think I'm probably going to lean more towards the Hydro Rush, the leave-in spray, over the cream, just simply because I feel like this is why, like, I just didn't have the definition that I like. But anywho, still working around with it. We'll figure her out. Next up, I have these Weedod Unbreakable Bonds. So these are mixing drops. So y'all know we were in this whole like bond building era and everybody was going crazy about, oh, building the bonds. And I'm like, yeah, but if the bonds are already broken, that means the hair is dead. And if the hair is dead, you can't bring it back. And the only way to bring it back is to cut it. And you're not really bringing it back. You're just getting off the dead end. So therefore you can have the new hair because it's a new thing. It's a new creation. The Lord's trying to do a new thing. Anywho, to maintain your curly, coily, kinky, natural hair, I love this. You just put a few drops in your gel, work it through, strengthen the bonds. Work. Okay. My favorite gel of life, Weedod Climate Control Gel, is my best friend. I've been using this for years. I love this gel because of the slip that it has. It is so slippery. And if you're someone like me where with styling my hair, I need slip to get through the coils, okay? Yes, my hair is short, but it's still coily. Like in order to get through it, I need all the slippage as possible. So I love this, especially if you do live in a more humid climate. This is fantastic. It has the aloe, which is a humectant that's going to help with frizz. However, the stronger hold, that one is going to draw way more moisture to your hair. So if you do live in Florida, just be careful because too much of a good thing is still too much. All right, so there's this. And then y'all know I'm a mousse girl. I'm a foam girl. My favorite mousse of all time is the Soft Style Paul Mitchell Foaming Mousse. Love. So the concoction for today, for the coils that are still drying, all right? I rinsed my hair out. I went in with the Amika Hydro Rush for hydration, okay? And then, because like I said, I like my coils to be defined, that's why I like foams and mousses. So Paul Mitchell, oh crap, I need more. I literally was at the beauty supply store day before yesterday. That's all right. But this right here, define the coils. I was doing my godson's hair over Thanksgiving. He's so cute. He's 14. I can't believe it. And he's got his hair is very similar to mine. It's just bigger and he's just dense. Got way more hair per square footage than me. But I was just styling and refreshing his hair with this and he loved it so much. But this, if you want just like divine curls, and I love it because like if you do have more like just coily hair, like it's marketed for coily, wavy, textured, unruly, not my words, Paul Mitchell's words, hair, this is going to be fantastic. I've been using that for years. So I went in with the Amika Hydro Rush and then my Paul Mitchell foaming and gel. That's it. When it comes to styling products, like I'm a choose product girl. That's why I did enjoy the Dew Chief Rocker, but I gave that to my mom, because that works perfect for hair. If I ever came out with a hair product, I want it to be a one and done product for the coily head girls. That would be my dream. And that would be my only product that I would sell. That's it. It would just that one product. Because I personally feel like if you gotta go, 3 is the max. And I'm irritated that I'm now doing 3 products on my hair, but it is what it is. If you gotta do more than 3 products to style your natural hair, regardless if you're doing a wash and go, if you're twisting, your like, that's a lot. We gotta go back to the drawing board. But these right here, clutch. And then my edge control pattern, I love this. This one is a stronger hold. I also like the Wee Dog one, and I'm gonna go back to that one because that one is more moisturizing. This one's just thicker. It's thicker. So my hair is softer, so I don't need something as thick or as strong. However, I love this, and y'all know how I feel about the baby hairs. I don't like it. But here's the thing. When you do have short hair, it makes sense, right? And then let me clue you in, okay? I have a massive forehead. I don't have the best hairline, so that's why I always pull my hair forward and why I do a little of it here for styling purposes, because I'm just trying to shrink my forehead, okay? But I feel like when you have short hair, when you have a pixie hair, especially like if you have the pixie haircut and you have the waves, it looks cohesive, right? It doesn't look ridiculous. But when you got long hair and then what are we doing? And then you want to talk about, oh, it's baby hair. You ain't been a baby since the 80s. What are we talking about right now? You are good and grown. It's not baby hair. For a lot of folks, it's just breakage, but that's a whole other topic for another day. Anywho, that's just my opinion. Moving on. These products I got in my Sephora birthday gift. I like them. Okay, so the Kerastase. This is the BH Magic Night Serum. So I use this, I think maybe twice a week. I've kind of fallen off because I want to like savor it. I'll probably end up getting me some, but it's just a night serum. So at nighttime, I put it on my hair. You don't have to rinse it off. You could probably use it during the day. I think the whole nighttime moment is just for marketing. I'm gonna keep it a buck, but I like it. And then I've also been putting this elixir on my hair. So you have to know the difference between a oil for your scalp and an oil for your hair. They're not the same things, right? Because think about it. If you have dry scalp and you're using something with maybe like rosemary or tea tree, that's going to be to treat the scalp. That's not necessarily treating the hair. Now, is it hurting your hair? No. But if you want something for more so like smoothing or heat protecting or to add shine, I like this elixir a lot. And it smells good. Smells good. And that's my other thing too. I can't stand the smell of tea tree oils, rosemary oils. I just can't. So when I was looking for a scalp oil for myself, I wasn't old to struggling, y'all. I was struggling and I landed on this one. This is by Intersense. I've used their stuff before. When I had my first studio, I was going to carry their products, but then I had to close because of injury and things. But this is the Hair Renewal Scalp, and it's for scalp health, and it doesn't have that, it doesn't have that super, like, rosemary, tea tree smell. I can't do it. It's very faint and it's lightweight. It is very lightweight. So put it on my scalp, work it in. Probably 3 minutes later, it didn't feel tingly, but I could feel a little something sizzling up there, but just good scalp health. The one thing that I do not like about scalp oils on me is because I am a sweater. And this is what I've learned because I've only been using this for a week now. This is what I learned. So with the oil on my scalp, and I train at the gym, I work out, I sweat, and it just felt like extra buildup on my scalp, which was why I had to rinse my hair this morning, because I was like, no, I can't do it. I cannot do it. So that's that on that. So those are all of my products that live on my counter, my vanity. Oh, and then I got, of course, my pattern pick, which I love to pick my hair. And then, of course, you know, every girl has got to have a edge control. This one's my pattern as well. All right, now let's get to the nitty gritty, okay? Let's get to the nitty gritty. I'm going to need, let's just pull it out. So maybe, I don't think it's that bad. All right, so I have this drawer here. So this is my braid care situation. So obviously a satin bonnet. And it's just things that I clearly don't need right now because, like, well, like hair ties and things of that nature. I really, really, really wanted to get my hair braided. But here's the thing. The last time I got my hair braided last year, and I know where I went wrong because, again, I wash my hair once a week faithfully. And obviously when you have braids, you're not doing that. And the first time I got braids, I was fine, but I took my hair out and then 2 days later, I went right back into braids. And when I tell you, my hair was dry. Like, it was dry. When I have braids, I will put oils and things on my hair just to try to obviously maintain it, because I know, like, I'm not washing my hair, and because my hair is used to getting water. It just, and then the other thing too, like the gels and the things that they're using when they braid your hair, like, they're not using braids. They're not using gels that are made for moisture. They're using braids that are made for hold, which tend to have more alcohol, which tend to dry the hair out even more. Anywho, so I really want to get my hair braided, but I don't know. But that's what this is for. We're not going through that because this is just hair clips and things. Wait, what was the oil? There was something that I got. Oh, it's all gone. I got the pattern. It's my pattern. Is this it? Oh, that's it right there. The scalp serum. This is lovely. So if you are dealing with an irritated scalp, tension, because you're in a protective style or maybe braids, this stuff is good, 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 good. And it does have that tingling feeling to it. And then I was using this Jamaican mango and lime braid your way. So basically it's a foam refresh dry wash. So I would just spray it on my scalp and kind of, you know, not mess, but try to get any of the buildup off. The thing about it is, because my hair is so soft, my hair gets frizzy really fast with braids. So it gets to be annoying. Now, this right here, my Dyson blow dryer, whom I love so much. And it's annoying because here's the thing. My Dyson dryer, like, there's hair color on it. She's beat up. I've had this thing for 5 years, okay? I've had it for 5 years. It has worked in salon setting for 3.5 years. It goes with me on trips when I'm doing freelance jobs, if I'm doing bodybuilding competitions, if I'm servicing a client at their home, wedding, whatever the case may be. And now, since I'm not in salon anymore, I use it on myself. And I just, the thing that gets me with this, I noticed as soon as I started using it in salon, the difference in how my client's hair would feel, especially my natural hair clients, because y'all know when you have natural hair and you're drying it, all the steam and everything. I noticed, first of all, it wasn't getting steamy and smoky, so that was the first thing. But secondly, the hair was soft. The overall integrity of the hair, it just feels different. So Dyson, they did a big one with this. The science behind it and how it does protect your hair is amazing. If you are someone who has bone straight fine hair, you do not need a Dyson. Save your money. I get it, you know, oh, it looks so cool. Don't be fooled. You can blow dry your hair with anything and it's going to be fine. Now, if you have thick hair, you're going to love it. If you have curly, wavy hair, you're going to love it. If you have natural hair, you're going to love it. If you have curly hair, you're going to love it. I use these two attachments. So if I do need to dry my hair really quickly and I don't feel like sitting under my hooded dryer, I will use this. But y'all know I like my hair, I like it to be fluffy. I like my hair to go up. I don't care about hang time elongating because that's not what it wants to do. So when I want to stretch my hair and fluff it, I will pull it and just hit the roots with it just to kind of fluff it out. And it is fantastic. I love this thing. She is 5 years old. And that's the thing. If she's 5 years old and used in a salon professional setting and we still rolling, just think, especially if you don't work in a salon, you're not a hairstylist, it'll last you for a long time. Now, I have heard some people say that theirs gave out. Not my experience. The reason why I tested it out was because I was going through a dryer a year in salon. And I just kind of thought to myself, okay, let's try something else. And I've gotten my money's worth for sure. For sure. Because yes, it costs, what is it, like $400? But if I'm buying a dryer every year, I've had some years where I had to buy 2 dryers, but I think that was probably just a matter of poor wiring at the salon that I was at. Anywho, RIP that salon. But I'm paying at least $150 a year for a new dryer. So I got this one and I've had it for 5 years. And if it was $400, then hey, we've got our money's worth, okay? We've got our money's worth. And then to make it even better, I didn't really pay for the dryer. I got it because the company that I use for my affiliate links, they had some kind of promotion going on with Sephora. So they gave me an allowance and I just had to do a video with, you know, marketing Sephora. And that's how I got it, because I didn't come off of my own dime with it. Anywho, love this attachment. Diffusing your hair is such a strategy, because you got to find that sweet spot. If you go too much, it's frizzy. But you want to go enough to where when it's cold outside, you don't want your hair to be soaking wet. It's a thing. Okay? It's a technique for sure. These clips, my little clips I put in my hair, like when I dry my hair, especially because the front's always longer. Like you can't tell right now, but the front is longer. And so if I want to prop it up for volume, I'll just stick these clips in there. And then, okay, this was from Color Wow. So at the blowout bar that I was working at, and actually I'm going to be going there tomorrow. So I don't work there regularly anymore. They'll just call me like if there's a wedding, if I need to go on location for a wedding, or if it's a busy day. So tomorrow they did ask me if I could come in to come help out because it's holiday time. But I got trained on Color Wow products. And let me tell you something. Styling Color Wow products, oh, I love. I have those in my kit now because those were chef's kiss, but I tried out their curl line and wasn't for my hair. My hair didn't really care for it. So I have this Floetry serum, and there was another product that came in the kit with it. I believe it was the conditioner, and it was okay, but it wasn't all of that. But that's my thoughts on this. The Crazy Sexy Curl. I like a strong hold, baby, okay? Not a spiritual stronghold. I like a strong hold for my hair. And honestly, now because I'm a professional, I get access to professional things. So I have this, right? And so I just refill it. I love this because it is strong. And my coils are going to stay in place. Even when I sleep on them and I wake up, it's just easier for me to fluff it and refresh it. Like whenever I've used this on my hair, I typically don't even have to spray anything on my hair the next day. What I'll do is I'll just take my dryer and hit the roots and just refluff and we're good to go. The one thing that I will say about this is there is no slip. There is absolutely no slip, and you got to be careful how much you use, because if you use too much, it will flake up on you. So there is that. A lot of people think that products are flaking up because the product is bad. It's typically two things. It's because what you mixed it with, like let's say if you use this with something else, the chemistry of those products just might not jive well together, because again, all of this is a science, y'all. It's a chemistry, which is why I get so frustrated when clients or girls say, oh, well, I'll just go put avocado on my hair, or I'll go put coconut oil on my hair. And here's the thing, just because we read something, right? Like this coil infusion, is this the one? I can't remember. I know before they reformulated it, it had coconut in it, right? Coconut oil. Coconut oil is terrible for your hair. Think about it. Coconut oil is a solid, right? So you can warm it up, it'll melt, and then it'll solidify. So let's say if it's cold outside and you got coconut oil in your hair, what's going to happen to your hair? Also, it is hard to get off of your hair. And so it can cause buildup. And what happens is you seal it shut, okay? And then, and especially for the girlies who do have tight coils, or if you have low porosity hair and it's already hard to get the moisture up in there anyway, it is sealed shut. Now I know there's going to be someone saying, well, I use coconut oil in my hair and it's fine. Well, cool, but for the masses, it ain't. It's just not, okay? But what I'm saying is you are not a cosmetics chemist. Let the cosmetics chemists do what they do. Girl, eat your groceries. Don't be trying to mix and concoct and do, like, they know what they're doing. We don't know what we're doing, unless you're a cosmetics chemist. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I have knowledge on things, but I'm not a cosmetics chemist. So therefore, you will never catch me going in my kitchen, mixing eggs and mayonnaise and avocado and putting it on my hair. And I get it. You probably saw it on TikTok. Some girl did it. And while I'm here, let's talk about this. I am so sick of people capitalizing and preying on others with things that maybe they're insecure about, things that they are vulnerable about. Here's what I mean. We see these girls on Instagram that have this long, thick hair, and they're like, here's how I grew my long, thick hair. And they're using rice water and they're doing all the things. I am willing to bet my 2 pit bulls that if those girls didn't do those things, their hair would still grow long and thick because it is genetics. Genetics. I don't know why in the hair world we like to completely negate genetics. And we like to give people a dream, use this, and your hair is going to grow down to your feet and it's going to be thick and full. Not if your genetic makeup ain't set up like that. Some people can put horse piss on their hair and it's still going to grow because that's their genetics. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do things to help your hair, to strengthen it. No, but that's why I always chose my words very carefully with my clients, specifically because if you use words like, oh yes, this will in fact grow your hair, this will grow your hair, this will make your hair thicker. No, I always say it'll strengthen your hair. It will strengthen your hair. But as far as making it grow faster, you got to understand the Lord has already allotted you with a specific amount of hair on your head per square footage.
I feel like I can explain that better. So when we are born, you have a specific amount of hair follicles on your head per square footage amount of follicles on your head around the circumference of your head. People who tend to have a lot of hair on their head, dense hair, thick hair, and I'm not talking about the actual strand, I'm talking about the amount of hair per square footage, they tend to have thicker hair. People who have not as much hair on the head is typically because they don't have as many hair follicles. So I said all that to say you can't just add more follicles to your scalp. I mean, if you get a hair transplant, but that's a whole nother conversation. We're not talking about that. But if you are someone who doesn't have a lot of hair follicles on your head per square footage on that circumference, you're not going to rub something on your scalp and then all of a sudden you have all of this blossoming hair all over your head. I hope that made sense.
That's how you get thicker hair. The density. How much hair do you have on your head per square footage? I see it all the time, especially with my girls who have straight hair, long straight hair. The strand of it itself is fine, but because they have so much of it per square footage, it's dense and it's thick. It's not thick because the actual circumference of the hair strand is thick. It's thick because they have a lot of hair on their head per square footage. I don't know how I got here. I'm not even sure where I'm going anywhere, but that's our TED Talk. That's our hair lesson for the day, all right? So please be mindful. I hate the way these brands try to market or scam people or these people. Here's the thing. We're all gifted in some way, right? We all have a gift. God's not going to give you everything. He gives some people hair. He gives some people bone structure. He gives some people bodies. He gives some people brains and intelligence. He gives some people, you get different things, but keep in mind that whenever people are genetically gifted with something and then they're using that something to, I don't know, make a living, nothing wrong with that. But that is why for me, I understand my genetic gift is my ability to bodybuild, to put on muscle. And I will always tell anybody who asks me, it's like, first of all, yes, I work hard because faith without works is dead. I made my genetics work for me, but I also understand that for someone who is trying to build muscle, and maybe if they're not genetically gifted, they can't look at me, do what I do, and think they're going to look like me. First of all, no one's ever going to look like me, and no one's ever going to look like you, but it would be wrong. It would be no integrity for me to sit here and say, oh yeah, if you train like this, you're going to look like, no, because I understand this was a genetic gift that the Lord gave me. Can I help you? Yeah, absolutely. Can I give you advice? For sure. But I'm not going to sit here and act like there wasn't some help from the creator, okay? Anywho, some of these girls got a lot of help from the creator, which fantastic, and then they get up here and try to sell y'all these potions and things, and it don't work. And it don't work because that's not how they grew their hair. Anywho. Wow, okay, so, and then this is the other attachment. Fun news, okay? I ordered a product because when I got my hair blown out, obviously I can't blow out my hair that great. So Jamaica, she used her brush to blow my hair out, right? It's one of those Revlon brushes. I ordered one. Because I get questions all the time. This one I ordered because it is a blow dry brush, but it's a paddle brush. It's not a round brush. Love the round brush blow dry. Like if you got fine hair or your hair just hangs, there's no volume, but you want to get that blowout look, girl, get that. A lot of people ask me about the Dyson Airwrap. I say save your money. Save your money because it's a learning curve with it. And I also believe you have to have very specific hair. Like if you already have just beautiful, full, just maybe straight hair, it's going to work fantastic for you, right? Because your hair just blows out beautifully anyway. Like I can use a $10 blow dryer on your hair and I can make it look like $1 million. But if you have hair where you got to work a little bit to give it some oomph, to give it some volume, girl, get you that Revlon round brush and blow dry your hair. But I got the paddle one because I want to try something on my hair. So, and it's going to require me to blow out my hair. And so I figured, you know what? That, because it's a brush, will be easier than this. Anywho, wow, I'm getting really hot. Okay, a couple products here. So this is the Advanced Climate Control Frizz Fighting Touch Balm. So after I have dried my hair, if I just want to like customize it and texture and piece it out a little bit, it's like a waxy balm and it's got shine to it. So I'll put a little on my hands, and I always do this before I step on stage, and I'll just go through and I'll just pull at pieces just to kind of, you know, give it a little bit more texture, customizing the style. And then this gel right here, I've been using this gel for a year. I was supposed to do a video on it in March, but then I don't know. I was having one of my crash out moments. Everything is meaningless. I hate YouTube. I suck as a human being. Y'all know, y'all been with me. Your girl been struggling. But in fact, I filmed a video on this and I never edited. I never did the editing. I never posted it. But this is bananas. This is extreme. If you don't like strong hold, do not use this. This is what I use for my hair to hold, especially, oh my gosh, in the summertime when it's humid. If I know I'm going to be, just living where I live in Charlotte, or if I'm working in Florida, it's a strong hold, baby. It's a strong hold. And then, oh, there's not too many other things in here. This is almost gone. This is That's Deep Wash and Go. It's just a deep conditioner. I pulled this out of my bin for my salon products, and there's literally there's nothing in here. That smells good. So what I would do with this is the Do's Wash and Go collection. So after I've done the exfoliating clarifier, then I'll go in with this. And here's my pro tip. After you've clarified your hair, that's when you want to use your protein treatments or your mask, because you've pulled everything off of it, right? And so now your hair can receive everything. So like this product a lot. And then this is the Pattern Hydrating Mist. The only reason why I stopped using it, the component, Pattern. If you're here, if you're out there, you're probably not. I wish you were. But this nozzle always gets clogged up on me. This is the third time this has happened. And so that's why I stopped using it. And I think it's just simply because the actual product itself, I almost called it solution, like we're cleaning, but it's just a thicker spray. And I think the spray is too thick for the nozzle. So when you spray it, it doesn't see, it doesn't even come out. It gets clogged up on me. So that's why I didn't use this. And yes, I could probably put it in something else, but I just hadn't done so. But my plan was to get a smaller size one for when I travel. And then once that's all out, I can just continue to use this. But it's just a hydrating mist. Same thing. If I want to hydrate my hair, refresh my curls in the morning, just give myself a spray and do that whole song and dance. And then last but not least, because that's all for products, everything else in here is just like headbands, spray bottles. Oh, I love this comb. The Weedod double prong comb. And then I tried this brush, but I did not like it because it bends too much when I comb my hair. So that wasn't a fan of Weedod. And I think you can take these out, I believe. I don't know. But Color Wild Dream Coat for curly hair. So, love the original one, the regular one, and the intense one. Use them at the blowout salon. The best way that I explain those is it's giving like a level 1 keratin treatment. It's not a keratin treatment, but that's the only way that I can explain it. It's like a baby keratin treatment without the keratin, without the formaldehyde, without all those things. It literally coats the hair. It makes it shiny. It helps with frizz. It looks like you've done a keratin. Now, with this, the Dream Coat for curly hair, perfect for frizz-free curls. Yes, I don't know. I don't know. I still need to continue to play with it. It's almost gone, honestly. I didn't notice anything magical with it as I was testing it out, but, All right, y'all. That's that. That is all of my products. You do not need all of these things. Like I said, these are things that I'm testing out to see, what the deal is for clients, for y'all. I want to test them out for my own curiosity. Let me know if you have any questions. If you have any questions about any of the products, if there's a product you want me to try and review, leave it down below. I love y'all so much. Keep it simple. Cast one more net. Love the Lord. Love your neighbor. All those good, beautiful things. Peace.